So for the third time, Jordan Matthews is an Eagle. And I got to tell you, I hope this is only step one in fixing the wide receiver position. 18th pick in the NFL draft.
Hey, make us lunch. We're hungry.
Dallas still stinks. You're my nowhere King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. By now, I'm sure you've heard the news. The Eagles signed Jordan Matthews. They bring him back for a third stint. Now, this isn't a surprise to anybody. We all knew this was coming. The moment we all knew that Deshaun Jackson was going to be out for a long time, everybody and their mother knew the Eagles would sign Jordan Matthews because he knows the system, he's been here before, and that's exactly what they did. Now, I don't think this is necessarily a bad move or anything like that. I'm not super excited. I'm not going to be jumping off the buildings about bringing Jordan Matthews back, but I think it's a good move nonetheless because he cannot be worse than Mac Hollins. He cannot be worse than It's Just Nelson. It's just the way it is, okay? Jordan Matthews is at least competent. He can at least play the wide receiver position. He can at least catch the ball, and he has some rapport with Carson Wentz. So I have no issue with this move. It's not one of those, like I said, that are going to get you real excited, but I mean, it's an upgrade from what we had because, like I said, I believe this is the worst receiving core I've ever seen the Philadelphia Eagles have. And I say that meaning that Alshon Jeffrey is 50% of what he normally is. Now, here's my issue with this whole thing, with this whole Jordan Matthews signing and where we go from here. Okay, they bring him in, they work him out. There was some tweets that came out yesterday. I don't know how accurate they were. They're saying that the Eagles were going to work out a bunch of wide receivers this week. So they worked Jordan Matthews out. They've signed him. Are they going to continue to work other wide receivers out? Because in my opinion, you don't need just one wide receiver. You need two of them. You need two of them. And I'm hoping, and I don't know what the Eagles are going to do or how they're going to do it, but I'm hoping that this is only step one of at least getting two wide receivers. I mean that, okay? And, here's the other thing. How are you going to use Jordan Matthews? If you're using Jordan Matthews to stick him on the outside, take Mac Hollins' spot, to me, you still have the same issues for the most part that you've had, okay? Now, you may get some passes that way, which may help things a little bit, but you still have a problem because you have now a guy who is probably actually slower than Mac Hollins, so you don't have that vertical threat. You still don't have a guy that can stretch the field. You have not gotten faster. You've only gotten slower. So I do like Jordan Matthews. I think he's an upgrade. But at the same time, we got to recognize the style of receivers that we're getting. We have physical, slow receivers. We need speed. That is what we need. And if we can get Jordan Matthews and then go out and bring somebody, I don't know, like J.J. Nelson or somebody like that, somebody with some speed on the outside, stick Jordan Matthews in the slot, I'm good to go. I have no problem with that. I think it would work great. But if I'm going to only sign Jordan Matthews and say, okay, he fixes the Deshaun Jackson problem, he fixes that other receiver problem, we have him on the outside, we're going to still have the same problem getting vertical, getting some space for our wide receivers. It's going to be the same situations. The only thing I can think is that this is step one for the Eagles, and that's what I think it is. I don't believe the Eagles are just signing Jordan Matthews and being done with it. I hope not. I hope not, because to me, I would have rather signed somebody who has some speed, like a J.J. Nelson. You know what I mean? Somebody like that. I don't know. We're going to have to see what the Eagles are doing. I mean, give Greg Ward Jr. a chance. Give some new guys, some fresh bodies a chance. I know what Jordan Matthews is. You know what Jordan Matthews is, okay? He's a decent catcher. He can catch the ball, decent receiver. I think he plays better in the slot than he does on the outside. And he's not going to be a vertical threat for you. He's not going to beat a corner one-on-one down the field. It's just not the way it is. the 49ers didn't keep him for a reason. You know what I mean? And they went out and they got Emmanuel Sanders, a fast guy who's made a huge impact. Now, I'm not crapping on Jordan Matthews. I think it's a good move. I think it's a no-brainer move. You should have definitely made it. But I really think that this has to be only step one of at least 2 steps addressing the wide receiver position. And we were told all these guys were going to be working out for the Eagles this week at wide receiver position. I want to see it. I want to hear about more guys coming in, more guys working out, and sign 2 wide receivers, not just 1. Jordan Matthews by himself is a slight upgrade, no question, because Mac Hollins is that bad. Nelson Aguilar is that bad. But if you can add Jordan Matthews and another wide receiver, let's say J.J. Nelson, then we got something there. Then I'm like, okay, that makes some sense to me. I really hope, and my biggest fear for the Eagles going into the offseason is, are they aware that they need speed at the wide receiver position? I mean, it seems like that is not a big focus for us when we're looking at wide receivers. If you look at what we did in the draft with J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, he may have good straight line speed running a 40, but when the pads come out, the reason people say he has not been on the field is because he can't create space. Well, you know what? It's time to give him a chance to prove that he can. Look, I'll even tell you this. If you did put Jordan Matthews on the outside and put Arcega-Whiteside in the slot, I'd give that a chance too. I'd give that a shot too. You got to do something. And Jordan Matthews hopefully is step 1. And I hope going into this offseason that the Eagles are going to recognize that they got to revamp this receiving core. They need speed. They need guys who can get vertical. And it does concern me bringing back Jordan Matthews that they're not even recognizing that, because J.J. Nelson's out there. He can run. But we'll have to see. I mean, it's only Wednesday. They just worked out Jordan Matthews later. I want to hear about them working out more receivers, and we'll see what happens. You know who I want. A daily reminder, my man AB's out there, but, they don't want him. What can I do? In the meantime, look at some of the other wide receivers, but find somebody that can play the outside with speed, stick Jordan Matthews in the slot, then I think we have something to build on. I see this move as a slight upgrade over what we have, but the consistent problems are going to remain the same. You don't have guys who have the ability to get downfield, stretch the field, keep the defenses honest, and create space for everybody else. And until we can address that, we're going to have to play this deke and dunk type football, and it's just the way it is. And can we do it and win the division? And can we do it and maybe win a playoff game? Yes, we can. It's going to be scary, though, when you go up against those high-power offenses. That's when you have to be concerned. But I'm okay with this move. Jordan Matthews, he's here. I'm not super excited. You're not going to jump off buildings or anything like that. But, hey, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. It's a slight improvement. And like I said, my biggest hope is that the Eagles are going to make another move at the wide receiver position. And this is only step 1 of things to come. Quick announcement. I am going to be trying to stream the Sixers tonight. I don't know if I'm going to get home. Everything is so tight this week for me. If I can't do it tonight, I definitely can't do it Friday because I already have plans, possibly Sunday. But no matter what happens, I'm going to start streaming Sixers probably once or twice a week, starting either this week, tonight, or Sunday, or next week sometime. But Sixers definitely going to be starting to stream a lot of it. So get ready for that. I'm doing my best to come here, or to come home tonight and be able to stream the game. But we'll see. But look out for it just in case. If not, definitely next week you're going to start seeing me stream as many Sixers games as I possibly can. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.